Good morning. Today we're going to speak about giving thanks again, and I'd like to encourage you to think of why we should be giving thanks. You know, the Word of God says that in all things, do not worry, pray, give thanks, and He promises to keep our mind at peace and to guard our minds and our hearts. So, first of all, why do you think we don't give thanks? Because I think a lot of the times we get down because we forget to be thankful. And I believe it's because we lose that awe of who God is and the things that He is doing. We forget that He's in every little part of our day. We forget those things. I want to give you a story of something I'm very thankful for and how the Lord worked and how at awe I was of this situation. Many of you have heard me speak about my little niece Ella Rose, and she went through a bone marrow transplant, and she was just a little 15-month-old baby. And there was a time in there where she was critically ill, and we almost lost her 3 times actually. And one night I woke up in the middle of my sleep, and I was praying and crying out to the Lord, and I saw in my mind's eye, as clear as day, I saw a child who was a toddler, and she had curly, jet black hair, and she was jumping up and down, laughing on a bed. And then it was gone, just like that. And I went back to sleep. Now, Ella Rose came through her transplant. It was a big battle, but she came through the transplant. Months later, I was going to my mother's house. She lives upstairs from Ella Rose. And Ella was there, and she was jumping on this bed, laughing, and my mother was getting anxious because she was scared she was going to get hurt or something. And I remember saying to my mother, oh my goodness, just thank God. She's healthy enough that she's jumping on your bed. You know, I left the house, and on my way home, I turned the corner, and I remember this as clear as day. The Lord spoke to my heart, and He reminded me of that vision He gave me, because that little girl jumping on the bed laughing was exactly what Ella Rose looked like at that time. She had curly jet black hair, and she was giggling and laughing. And I was in awe of God that day. I was just in tears. I had to stop the car. I was in tears and so thankful. And you know, it's not only the big things like that. There are little things that we forget to thank God for. And it makes our heart not be at rest when we're not thankful, because then worry does come in. We begin to be anxious because we forget the things that the Lord has already done. Like, for example, when I get up in the morning, I can say, Lord, I'm thankful and I'm in awe of the fact that before my mother even saw my form, you put me together in my mother's womb. I'm in awe that everything that I can see, everything I can hear, everything I can touch, everything I experience with my senses, you put together for me. I can give thanks that I woke up this morning and you kept me in my sleep and you gave me breath to breathe in the morning and my heart is beating. I can give thanks that I have food on my table. I can give thanks for so many things, and I just want to encourage you that the Word says that if we give thanks and we're not worrying, that our heart will be at peace and our mind will be at peace. And I just believe that if you're going through something, start thanking the Lord for all the things He's already done in that situation. And it will build your faith. It'll be foundation upon foundation, and your faith will be strong in Him. And your focus will be on Jesus, and it won't be on the things that you're worried about. And I believe that will give you peace. So today, if you're an American, I'd like to say Happy Thanksgiving, and to remember to be thankful. No matter where you are in the world, remember to give thanks, because that's where your peace will come.